Several months ago, I made a video breaking down the techniques of heavyweight champion Jack Dempsey. I was shocked at the reaction that a video about a boxer from the 1920s received, to say the least, and was bombarded with strange references to jet engines and anti-Dempsey rolls. People were referring to the popular boxing anime, Hajime no Ippo, and taking their advice, I decided to watch it.
Why did he pronounce it like that?
Hajime no Ippo.
Hajime.
Advice, I decided to
Isn't it Hajime no Ippo? Not Hajime.
I was surprised to find that not only is Hajime no Ippo an incredible show,
Hajime.
but that it contained a myriad of legitimate boxing techniques and knowledge. The moves are exaggerated in their illustration. While some get a little over the top,
but they're pretty nice
most
though.
portrayals of the techniques actually enhance the experience of the fights. And Ippo does a great job crediting the fighters who use these techniques as their signature moves, teaching the viewer a bit of boxing history each episode. So, without further ado, I'm excited to bring you the real boxing moves of Hajime no Ippo. The first move is the Gazelle Punch, popularized by heavyweight champion Floyd Patterson. Floyd's Gazelle Punch requires crouching down to load up power and putting most of your weight onto your lead leg, before exploding forward to cover massive distance. The movement is fairly dangerous, requiring incredible speed and timing. The show acknowledges this by having Ippo train at it relentlessly over several weeks. When he finally unleashes the move in a fight, it turns out to be just as reliable for him as it was for Patterson. Other fighters who heavily utilize the Gazelle Punch include Roy Jones Jr., Rocky Marciano, and Smokin' Joe Frazier.
Damn, he's the one that knocked down.
Next up is the liver blow.
Pause. He knocked down Muhammad Ali.
Next up is the liver blow. Liver shots are one of the most painful experiences a human
Oh
being
yeah,
can
I've
go
gotten a
through.
liver shot.
I've heard the feeling described as having one section of your body suddenly shifted
I'm
to an
sparring,
entirely different part in the span
And
of
my
a
friends
second.
hit me in the liver.
The nerve clusters around the liver shut down the wiring to your brain, leaving you paralyzed and unable to continue fighting. Fortunately, it requires extreme accuracy and power to land as an effective shot. In this show, Ippo himself uses this blow to intercept a smash punch. What is a smash punch?
Why does it hurt though? Like what? Is it liver that sensitive or why?
Breaking through Ippo's guard and forcing him back against the ropes. In real life, the punch was named by his creator, Razor Ruddock, a heavyweight champion who fought in the era of Mike Tyson, and in fact, fought Mike Tyson. This is one example where the illustration is not exaggerating the movement near as much as you think. Ruddock would drop his hand down low and open himself up on purpose to get his opponent to open his guard. He would then bend his arm and fire a loaded straight punch up into his opponent's chin. This movement is in reality a complicated feint, and is even more dangerous to attempt than the Gazelle Punch. Next up is the flicker jab and chopping right cross. These weapons are used by one of Ippo's opponents, Mashaba. Mashaba's style is based off a famous boxer, Thomas the Hitman Hearns. Hearns won 5 titles in 5 weight classes and stood toe-to-toe with some of the greatest boxers in history. He used loose, flowing jabs that came in at odd angles to wear down his opponent's guard. These flicker jabs created openings and blocked his opponent's vision, setting up his...
Watching that in the anime was actually very satisfying.
The chopping right hand is a powerful cross that quickly arcs down.
To be honest, watching
In
just
fact,
pro
the downward
boxers
trajectory of this punch meant that
box,
Hearns often hit his opponent with his palm or forearm. But
satisfying.
this didn't make it any less effective. Ippo eventually beat Mashaba by punching his arm until it could barely move it, a technique commonly used by Rocky Marciano.
Bro, why is his pronunciation so weird? Mashibaba?
Last
It's
is the
isn't it
iconic Dempsey
Mashiba?
roll, the most devastating move of the show. In his book Championship Fighting, Dempsey refers
Mashiba.
to this technique as a double shift and spends several
Mashiba.
paragraphs talking about it,
I think that's how you pronounce
suggesting its
it.
best use is to chase down a fleeing opponent. The move involves shifting forward defensively while simultaneously throwing your punches. Dempsey used it to take the heavyweight championship from opponent Jess Willard, a man 6 inches taller and 60 pounds heavier than himself. Ippo masters the Dempsey roll by accident, as a natural progression of the defensive and offensive movement he's been taught. This makes perfect sense, as beyond the movements themselves, the styles of the characters are based on real boxers. Ippo's style is based off of Mike Tyson's peekaboo
Man, watching that
style.
so is good. I like watching that.
Mashiba is based off
Can we get a replay?
Ippo's style is based off of Mike Tyson's peekaboo style. I already mentioned that Mashiba is based off Hearn's. And I suspect that this crazy bastard style is based off of Prince Nassim. Nassim was able to lean way further back while dodging punches than should be humanly possible. And also punch while doing so. I can honestly tell you that this shows... And also punch while doing so. I can honestly tell you that this show is now one of my favorite shows of all time.
Oh, yeah,
the characters are well developed.
It is one of my favorite shows.
The story is complex and enthralling, and the payoffs are some of the best I've ever seen. It's a perfect blend of over-the-top embellishment and legitimate boxing. I made a Hajime playlist with breakdowns of the fighters who use techniques from the show. Check it out if you're interested in learning more about
Hajime no Ippo was one of the best animes ever.
If you have any more suggestions on shows, movies, or games that have real-life martial arts techniques in them, or if you think I missed
cool. Show was amazing. Immaculate breakdown.